Hey everybody, it's Maggie from Personal Euphoria with today's plank story. Now, in the fact that the world turns so fast, I feel like this feels belated because it's about Halloween, but the live link wasn't working for me all week, so it's the first time I've been able to do a Facebook Live all week. So, as always, plank is a great choice, although this is going to be a long story, so you might want to pick another move, just some deep breaths, moving your lowest ribs, or even if you do like shoulders and let them flop. Some kind of movement, right? A gentle stretch in your neck if you've slept on it wrong. Some subtle movement. All right, let's get the clock on. Here we go. So this Halloween, leading up to it, actually it's years in the making, Matt had wanted to do like a pirate theme. And now, if I'm honest, I'm not that into Halloween. I kind of support Matt every year. But our neighbor's wife is pretty into Halloween. So Matt reached out to her and got her on board with this idea. And then her husband and I were like support for their vision of this pirate ship. And we would get together and kind of plan out what we were going to do, and they had a bunch of old wood. One of the perks of living in Old Weathersfield is that people have some old wood. Now, we live on a really busy street, but one of the best aspects of building this boat to me was it reflected what a neighborhood we have, which is not news, but it's fun because I like our neighbors and everyone got in their own way. Like once one neighbor found out we were working on a pirate ship, they're like, we took down this fence and we have this cool arch you can use. And another neighbor had just taken down some decking and they're like, we have the perfect platform and steps up for you. And as neighbors walked by, they'd lend a hand holding stuff or hammering things in. And the day before Halloween, when we're out there actually setting up the boat, our neighbors across the street are like, do you need anything? And we're like, the only thing we don't have is a pirate flag. And they were like, I don't know. Later that night, pirate flag on our door just in time for Halloween. So everybody got involved and worked on it together. And it winds up like this very kind of communal pirate ship. Also, quite frankly, it looked really cool. It looked better than I expected it to look. It looked rustic. It looked shipwrecked. It was great. Then, as you know, we get this perfect night for Halloween after all this rain and it's warm. And kids start showing up at 4:15. We get 422 trick-or-treaters. That's again according to our neighbor who feels like she's a pretty accurate count. And the kids were great. At times, like, a line was forming, and so we kind of set up these stations, and we didn't interact with the kids. They could go up and turn the wheel, and Matt was usually up there. I was often helping him up and down off the stairs. One of our neighbors was giving out the treasure at the end that they'd found. But it was fascinating and fun to watch the personalities of these kids. So we'd say, who's going to be the next captain of our ship? And some kids, yes, they knew right away they wanted to do it. Other kids knew they did not. They were scared or who knows why, but they had no interest. And then there was this mixed bag of kids kind of like in the middle ground where you knew they wanted to, but they were either a little scared or maybe if they were a little older, they felt embarrassed if their friends weren't into it. And I just loved when the kids picked to do it, because I know I've been there with decisions. You want to do something, but something's holding you back. And often in life, you only get one shot at something. I'm not sure we're going to do the pirate ship again. Certainly, we won't necessarily have all these cool materials. So if we do something, it'll be different. But so I felt a little pang of, when kids picked that they didn't want to do it and they knew, you knew they had that feeling for it. I've been there and I've missed out on opportunities. But then it was fun to watch the kids' imaginations because, we would talk to them and engage with them. Have you ever captained a ship before? Most of them said no, but some were like, yes, I have. Did you bring your map? Yes, I brought the map. And then when they got up to steer, one of the questions we often asked was, where are we going? To which most of the kids just pointed and said, over there. But other kids would be like, the beach, Candy Island, and then they'd describe it. One kid was like, we're going to McDonald's. Matt said one of the kids said to him, to a better life. And I don't know if that was sincere or if this kid is just poetic. I was up on the helm once when two friends came up and one was a devil and one was an angel. And the devil, I said, where are we going? And the devil says, I'm taking us straight to hell. And I said, okay, I've done improv. You always say yes. So I said, it's gonna be a bumpy ride, but I'm in for it. And then the angel goes, don't worry, I'll get us back to heaven. So it was just a blast. Again, boosted my spirits for many days. I think Matt enjoyed it, and I appreciate all the connection it brought together in the end, which, you know, when you start this idea, you never know, right? You never know how it's going to turn out. So you try things and then you get a lot of support and it works out in the end. All right. That is our plank story. I hope you guys, that is our 4-minute, 29-second plank story. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. As always, keep moving.